So as we think about the applications of NFC technology, wireless charging, things like that, to the impact that's having and will have on the IoT space, can you talk to that at kind of a high level where you see the benefits for IoT?
I think the very first place I would start if I was a supplier or product manager in the IoT space, I would first ask myself the question, if I were to integrate NFC into my product, how might it change, my product? How does it disrupt how my product, my feature set, and how can I stand out in the marketplace with these new features? One of the things we've seen happen is that a lot of companies have really only focused on using NFC for provisioning. So, and we always get this criticism all the time, like, well, I can put a QR code on the device so I can do that first provisioning, so why would I need NFC? Well, I'm like, well, you haven't rethought what you might be able to do with this. Like, okay, so if you have any IoT device that would regularly interact with a mobile phone, you probably should be looking at NFC because you'd be able to use NFC in every one of those use cases. Every time I use the device, I don't have to turn on my camera, like align. I literally just go up and tap on it and be able to rethink that. We've seen a lot of really interesting products where people have integrated NFC chips to basically use the screen on the phone as the primary UX. So now I don't need to put a screen on the device. I'll think of thermostats as a great example. Like, you think of a Nest, it's got a very high bill of materials because you've got a screen and you've got an internet connection, you've got all that stuff. Well, if I just take my phone and tap on the thing, I could do all my UI on my phone. And then when I'm done doing my thermostats, I could then tap to set it. And then this, by the way, could then send the information to the cloud because it's got an internet connection already. So I'd be able to really reduce the bill of materials for an IoT device if I really considered that. And then the last one, which we think is really, really exciting, is to use the power harvesting feature. So we are beginning to see people start to develop products that don't even have a battery in them at all. Because the idea is that I could actually just hold my phone within close proximity for a few seconds and harvest up to 1 watt of power already today to be able to power the device. And so one of the classic examples of that product is there's a company that's built a padlock. So imagine a padlock, hey, you're going to IoT enable it. Well, I got to put a battery. there's all kinds of things you have to put into the bill of materials to make that work. Well, instead, why don't you just go ahead and put NFC in it? And then now I can just walk up with my phone, hold it there for like 2 or 3 seconds, give it enough power to light up the board, authenticate that I'm actually the right person, and unlock it. And then when I pull my phone away, the power goes away, and then it goes back into a stale state of no power. So again, it's really an opportunity for people to rethink the features and how people might interact and use IoT devices is what's so exciting.